I guarantee you won't be able to break 80 until you do these 3 points. Guys, we'll also give you a 4th bonus point in this video, so make sure you do wait right to the end. It is an awesome tip. Guys, make sure you do it, that subscribe button as well if you want to get good at golf. My name is James, welcome. My name is James Robinson, welcome back to the channel. We'll leave that in, Chris, if you want. So the first point, guys, is we've got a mid-iron here. We've hit the fairway from the first tee and we feel like it's all systems go. We know we're going to break 80 today for the first time. What do I need to do? Well, that flag is front left. There's a bunker on the left hand side as well. It's not a flag you want to really be going at. Think of it as a traffic light system. We have a green flag, which is generally going to be in the middle of the green, an amber flag, which I'd say this one might be, might not be, and a red flag, which would be tucked away a little bit further. If you use that little kind of traffic light system, you will start to think actually most of these flags are going to be amber lights, maybe even red lights, where we're just not going to go for them. So all I'm going to do here, I've got 150 yards on the nose, I've got an 8 iron, I know that's around the right club for me, but I'm thinking of middle of the green. I'm not thinking, can I get close to this flag if I try and hit the perfect yardage here? So let's have a look just how far we do have. This is something which can help you massively. We've started looking more at kind of things like this on our channels to help us get the right yardage. And I have 145 yards, playing 140 yards, because of the slope. For me, that's still going to be an 8 iron. If I hit an 8 iron and don't quite catch it, which if you're trying to break 80, the chances are you might not hit every shot perfect. I think I've been as politically correct as I can there. But if you play for a 140 shot and don't quite get it, guess what? You're going to be short of the green, you're going to be short-sided, you're going to have a really difficult chip. Whereas if I hit this and I absolutely rip it, I'm going to be back edge of the green. I'm going to have loads of green to work with. And because I'm aiming for middle of the green, you can see there, that's a perfect example. I've pulled it a little bit, but because it's the right club, that's finished pretty much bang middle of the green, would you say, Chris?
I would.
So I've got an uphill putt, I've hit the perfect yardage, and I've not tried to kind of dice with danger too much. I have actually pulled that a little bit. I'm going to hold my hands up. I was aiming ever so slightly right of that, but that's what you're going to deal with. That's what you can do. So that's the first tip, guys. If you want to break 80, if you want to shoot the scores of your life, just aim for middle of the greens. I promise you, if you watched Brian Harman at the Open, if you watched many golfers who made the cut of the Open, their game plan was, let's go middle of the green, let's give ourselves a chance at birdie, if not par at the worst, and then move on. If you go around and you have 10, 11, 12 pars in your round, you should be breaking 80, unless the other ones are red flags.
So great shot there from James, and that's a perfect example. So just because you're going for the middle of the green doesn't mean that you're playing safe. You're picking a point and you're still being aggressive to that shot. Again, somebody interviewed Tiger and he did say, like, how many flags did you go at? He said maybe 1, but I still went at every single shot 100%. So if he's picking middle of the green, he's still being positive and attacking those shots. Now if we talk about short game, this is where you can really start to save some shots. So obviously when we get down here, the first thing you want to do is look at the lie that you've got. So I'm on the fringe here. I know I've got a nice tight lie, and you've got to think about what kind of shot do you need to play. What's the easiest shot for me to get from there to as close to the flag as possible? And that's where you've got to think about, what are you comfortable with in your bag. James Robinson might be comfortable with a 60 degree, although he has moved down to a 56. Another person might be happy getting the pitching wedge out here and playing a bump and run. You've got to play to your strengths. Look at the lie, see which is going to be the easiest shot. Again, from there we want to just keep it nice and basic. From here we're not trying to do a lot, we're not trying to help it up into the air, we don't need to throw a lot of wrist in it, we can just do an extended putting motion from here, a nice narrow stance, weight favours the left, and all I have to do from here is turn back and turn through, and you will see there with the 56 ran out a little bit, maybe not the right club for that shot, but you can see I got a nice easy contact. If we move back now into the rough, well, James makes a valid point, from there I would personally putt. James would chip, I would putt. But if we was now in the rough, okay, my ball's finished here, I've hit a pretty bad shot from the middle of the fairway on this short par 4. Right, what's the lie looking like? Right, okay, there's a little bit of grass in between the club and the ball there, so I might have some interaction here. So I've got to think, what kind of shot do I want to play? Also, this runs away from me, so do I need to play a high shot? Do I need to play a low shot? Can I get a bump and run? Again, think about your favourite shot, think about what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable getting a wedge and playing a low shot here, you can get this back in your stance, we can really hold the loft off, land it short, and let that release down onto the flag or onto the green. So nice and easy there. Again, if I roll one in here now, okay, again, not sat too bad. A little bit of a hole behind it. Luckily it didn't go into there. But I've got to think, right, can I play a high tariff shot? Would I want to go high? Am I comfortable with that shot? We certainly can play that shot, but is it going to be the percentage shot? Nice and high there, and ran down nicely. You can see a shot that I wouldn't normally play from there. On that occasion, took a nice little divot and worked out well.
Nice little divot.
Nice little divot. I've just replaced it actually. So you'll start to see there, you can pick different shots. Think about what you're comfortable with. So I've played a high shot and a low shot there. The high shot has gone closer on this occasion, but if we're going by percentage wise, that might not be the percentage play. But stick to the shot that you are comfortable with. Don't feel like you've watched TV. You have to be like Phil Mickelson. You have to send it high. Do whatever is comfortable. So onto the putting green now, and we're going to be talking about lining the golf ball up. So how many times do you see people on the putting green? Yeah, okay, I'll just come and have a look at that. Yeah, it looks about right. There's nothing lined up. They come behind, start to feel comfortable. Hit this putt. Oh, I've pushed that one. Or did I push it, or did I hit it right? You don't know. You don't know because you haven't lined the ball up. You haven't taken the time to make sure that's aiming where you have got that putt moving. So you can see there's different lines on this one. So this one is a Hex Tour golf ball, a Callaway ball. Always depending, you can use that, but you'll see, for me, that is a very hard line to line up straight. So it's thinking about, are you going to draw a line on the ball? Are you going to get a golf ball with a line on? Here we've got something totally different. We've got a Chrome Soft with the 360 triple track, but I can really use that now. If I go next to this golf ball, I can get that lined up to where I think that is. I can check that quickly with my shaft, and I can come in and make sure that my putter line is matching with that red line. From there I can hit a putt, and once I hit this putt, we can see it rolled perfect. It's still on the same axis, but unfortunately I just didn't give it the pace that it needed. So it's very easy if I line that golf ball up to be able to get feedback. You see, if I have a golf ball like this Hex Tour and I play the same putt, it's not as easy to see feedback why I've missed that. Did it roll good? Did it not? I know for definite I've left it short twice, but I'm not so sure. So you start to question, did I miss-hit that? Where was the strike? I can't see that. Make sure you use a line on the golf ball to help you aim better. You can also then take feedback so you can figure out why you're missing putts and improve on the next hole.
I must admit, I also think that it separates the skills in putting. So being able to aim, being able to read, and being able to start the ball and line are three different skills. Also being able to hit the ball the right pace is a separate skill. So once you've got the right read, got the right line, all you need to focus on there is stroke length, and that can massively help you under pressure when you're trying to break that elusive 80.
Correct.
So guys, we did promise you a bonus tip if you stayed to the end of this video. Thank you so much for the support. If you have, make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you are new here. What do I do on a tee box? This is something which so many golfers get wrong, especially if you're trying to break 90 or especially 80. Tee height. Now, if I've got a driver here, we're on a par 4 tee, I see so many people who go, ooh, there, I'm going to tee that up really, really high, and then from here, I feel like this is about where I need to be. Then they go and hit down on it a little bit, the ball doesn't go where they want it to go. I didn't attack that very much because, to be honest, you are going to roof your driver, and I see that so often. We also see people who tee the ball right down on par 4s, so you think, oh, I don't really want to kind of really attack this driver too much, I'm going to try and keep it in play. So we see it teed down a lot where the ball's just down at the face of the driver. The problem with that is you're generally going to hit down on it. We don't want to see that with driver. If you are an attacking golfer, if you do like hitting your driver a lot, which we would recommend, make sure you do keep the ball in play but get as far down there as you can to give yourself more chance at making pars or maybe even the odd birdie. But we want to see the tee at a nice height, so I generally like the height where you see half the ball just over the equator of the driver there. You can see it's just over that leading edge. That would generally be a pink Castle TT height for me. That would be about right. From there with driver, that means I can get the ball position correct. I can load up to the top of the backswing, and then as I come down into that ball, I can get the low point in front of the ball, I can then launch the ball up in the air and make sure that I get the correct characteristics for the drive that I'm trying to hit. Guys, they are 3 and a bonus point 4 tips to help you break 80. If you've enjoyed that, smash that subscribe button, throw a like on this video, and we'll see you all at the same time tomorrow to help you get good at golf.